Loungers. Child. Well, child, we didn't get the receipts out here after all, okay? Listen, we are going to get into this bullshit here, okay? Because it's just absolutely ridiculous. Of course, I did expect this, okay? Some other people expected it. All the loungers definitely expected it. I mean, I did kind of think she was going to try at least to save face, and try to come out here and give us some type of sorry excuse for all of this bullshit. But child, she is a no-show, and we are about to get into it right now, guys. Okay. What's happening, loungers? I hope everybody is doing as great as I am this evening. Make sure that you guys do hit the like button on the way in. But child, the only receipt that I guess that will be dropping tonight is that breaking the culture is most definitely, I think at this point, we can most definitely come to some conclusions in regards to breaking the culture. Okay, so we're going to get into all of that. But Clark, I appreciate you for being in the building. You said that thumbnail, I can't. It's funny that you guys, I'm going to tell you guys the story behind this thumbnail, okay? Because everybody is going to assume that that picture is breaking the culture, okay? That is not a picture of breaking the culture. That's actually from Canva, okay? That is a stock photo. And I just decided to put an emoji picture over it and then put receipt gate, okay? And then, figured with the hair, the frizzy hair and stuff, you guys would think that that is actually her, right? So I just did that, for all the fun and the keeks and the kikis and the laughs and shit. Figured that we would be having a great time tonight talking about these non-receipts that have taken place. We're going to go over this girl's timeline on her community wall and kind of see what she's been talking about. Go over AAS's timeline. She's also dropped a new video, so we're going to listen in on that. Because, we don't really have any real receipts to talk about from breaking. We've already broken down Ray Triggs receipts. Those seem to be on the up and up. So, we're just going to do that. Okay. But what's up, Mikey? I appreciate you being in the building. Riz Lyricist, year, peace, reflection. I appreciate you. Richie, I appreciate you. You said 0% chance that show is popping off. Okay. I'm pretty sure at this point, this is why I waited. I gave her about an hour to kind of, get her ducks in a row and get her mind together and get all her receipts right and, and everything and pray to the gods and get Oshun up in here and, all the Orishas and stuff. I don't know, but nothing happened. And, here we are on some lie shit, right? Shout out to Defrauding. I appreciate you being in the building. Glow, I appreciate you. You got your snacks, your ice machado, and ready to go. Hey, y'all, but child, it looked like we ain't about to get shit, right? Whistleblower on some not going live shit, right? It's just crazy. Riz, you said the Illuminati got me. Shit, it was breaking the culture that had got me, man. It didn't make no sense. Whoop up in here, child. Beautiful, you up in here with all this violence, girl. What's going on, beautiful? I appreciate you being in the building. You said, child, we knew that live wasn't happening, girl. Not after that bullshit yesterday, honey. You said, shout out to the lounge. Appreciate you, Vici, one of my favorite loungers in here. And Redbone, also one of my favorite loungers in here. You said, hey, Miss T. Pre, and chat. Gail Grimes, I appreciate you being in the building tonight. You said hello. Child, yes, I'm just saying. What's happening, Very Perspectives? I appreciate you being in the building as well. Yes, honey, we got all the eyes up looking for breaking. Where is breaking? Let's put that in the comment section, everybody. Hashtag, where is breaking the culture of silence? Like, we want to know why she is silent all of a sudden. Why is she going radio silent on our asses? What is going on, breaking the culture? I am human. I appreciate you being in the building. You said breaking the culture is definitely black. She on that CP time, child. Yeah, she using her black side tonight, y'all. Okay. The Nigerian side is coming out tonight, honey. Okay. She on some CP time for real. Okay. She been on CP time for over a week now, child. It don't make no goddamn sense. You said, don't worry though, Shakem will be showing the DJ drama receipts she sent him on Tuesday. This is what we're going to talk about in just a few moments, okay? Shout out to you, Vici. And you said, hey, my opinion, Teresa, I appreciate you being in the building, one of my mods in the house. You said, hey, darlings, I appreciate you tonight. Listen, y'all, let's get some hashtags in here. Hashtag no more lies. Got that one going. Okay. And then we're going to do hashtag where are the receipts? Okay. Then we're going to do hashtag. What else we going to say? I'm thinking of all kinds of crazy shit. Hashtag. Okay, we always got to do hashtag where is Michael and Aiden? You know. Hashtag where's the website? You don't need to do that no more. Where's the goddamn receipts at, bitch? Why have you been lying to the people? Like, why do you feel like you need to just continuously lie to the people in regards to all the bullshit that you be doing? I don't understand it, Breaking. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how you have this type of time and this type of energy to just be lying to the people like this. Like, it don't make no motherfucking sense. But yet this bitch is still not live. She's still doing all this extra shit. Hashtag no more closed doors, okay? I'm just saying, like, we need to figure this the fuck out, because Breaking, for some reason, felt like it was okay to just continue to lie to us like she has been. Throw this man under the bus, lie to him, and don't have any type of explanation for why all of this is going on. For me, I'm just not understanding, right? You called yourself this man's friend. You threw him under the bus after your friend threw you under the bus. And now you want to come out and you've lied on Shakem. You've lied to Shakem. You've lied to Smoke. All they wanted you to do was produce the evidence, and you still have not produced the evidence. It has been over 7 fucking days. Okay, 7 fucking days. It does not take that long to doctor up anything. It does not take that long to come up with anything. All you have to do is just simply just show us the evidence or shut the fuck up. Okay. But at this point, I think it's pretty fair to say, and that everybody can just kind of put to rest that you have lied about these situations. Okay. Ray was able to prove that you not only doctored up those text messages, but you actually erased part of those messages as well. Hashtag we got him, okay? Hashtag we got him, troll gang out this motherfucker, okay? You said hashtag no more treachery, honey. Hashtag need more time to make more receipts, okay? Y'all be putting all the hashtags in here. We're going to get all the hashtags going. But listen, like, it just doesn't make any sense that you would just go to these great lengths like you do. Obviously, there is something going on upstairs that just literally just doesn't make sense to me at all. You said confirmed hit, LOL, okay? Just saying. Now, let's go ahead and go over this girl's community wall, because there was a couple of things that she had said, and I'm going to go over what she said last night after Smoke's show. I'm also going to go over what she said 3 days ago, and then we're going to go over, so it was something else that she said too. She must have taken this down. Yeah, she must have cleaned this all up. Okay. Well, 10 days ago, she had put this picture of this devil girl up and said, sometimes it's just too easy. Okay. And then 3 days ago, she said, hold on, I'm checking y'all's comments as we're going along. You said, when will Code Fam be going live to propagandize the sector that the receipts are coming? Oh, yeah, we're going to go over a couple of things, because there's a couple of community walls that I'd like to look at. But let's take a look at hers first. I want to just read over this real quick. So 3 days ago, she had this picture up of herself looking like Griselda from somebody. But anyway, she said, accidents are accidents. Betrayals are betrayals. Exploiting people you claim to care about can never be explained away, no matter how hard you try. Some people are selfish and do not care who gets hurt, exposed, or embarrassed. I'll sit back though and wait though, because it will get spicy. Say what you want, but the truth is never blurry. And that is 100% correct. That's probably the truest shit that you have probably said all of your life, right? Like, I don't know you all your life. I've only known you for the past year or so, but it seems like that is the most truthful thing that I have ever heard you say, right? That, just sit back and wait, because this sit is about to get spicy. That was 3 days ago, right? And that accidents are accidents, but betrayals are betrayals, right? What, in fact, happened in this situation? Was it an accident when you were actually recording propane, right? And not only were you recording him, but you released that information to multiple people in the sector, okay? Information that they would not know if it hadn't been for you being snaky, being sneaky, and lying and attempting to use this stuff to hurt other people for the sake of one person in the sector, right? And that person is anti-Afro Svengali. I want to point out one thing in particular about you, Breaking the Culture, that I think you don't quite remember. And I want you to remember now, and I want the sector to kind of remember this as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to, I want to look at my channel real quick. So I want to see if this video is still, I thought it was. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said this particular video was available publicly. They had asked me about the video. So when I looked at it, it was available, and I'm pretty sure it still is. But I'm going to take a look and look at the date on this video, because this video is very telling of the time that Breaking the Culture came into our sector, okay? And when the women of the sector started to get closer to her and the women of the sector started to get to know her and kind of see, what type time she was on, okay? I think it's this one right here. Hold on one second, though. I think it's this one, but I'm not sure. Because there was two of them that we did. Okay, yeah, so I think it was this one, guys. So on March 24th, 2022, the ladies had a panel with me on my panel. It was multiple women that came on the panel that day. Everybody from trying to listen to who was in. This is the one. Kind of just go on about their believe this, believe that. Yep. Okay, so this was the video. So it was March 24th, 2022. Okay. That was the first time that we had all had a major conversation with Breaking the Culture. She had already been in the sector talking with Darrell and talking with, certain people. Okay. But at this time, I'm giving you guys these dates for a reason. Okay. Because I want you guys to remember something that Breaking the Culture has said recently about eyes. What she said was that eyes was, she has had eyes information for well over a year now, okay? And the reason for having it is because eyes was stalking her, eyes was doing all this stuff to her, she was talking all this shit about her online and all these things, right? But she said this happened and that she gathered all of this information about eyes from knowing who her father is, who her mother is, who her kids are, what time she clocks in to work, what time she clocks out, what shifts she works, what shifts are available at that job. She knows the name of the job, the development she lives in, like the street name. Like, she had all that stuff. She said she went under one of her troll accounts, which proves that she has more than one troll account. Shout out to Chat Lives, who already pointed out at least one of those troll accounts, and I do know of a couple other ones. But yeah, she, we definitely talked about all of that, right? But here's the thing. If you were doxing eyes and had all of that information on her for well over a year now. And you've only been in the sector for a little over a year now, then that means you came into the sector attempting to gather information for people that AAS has had a problem with. AAS has never liked eyes. She has always given eyes a hard time. She has always had a problem with me. She has always had a problem with Shakim. She has always had a problem with Darrell. And these are the people that we know for a fact that you had your eyes on when you came into this sector. Okay? So this is another receipt that Ray was able to corroborate, okay? Because that you were able to corroborate along with Ray, okay? Based off of you talking too much, opening your mouth, and speaking on all this stuff and all, talking about all this extra stuff. Literally, you came to this sector for the purpose of exposing people, throwing people under the bus, and attempting to gather information on people so that you can give it to one person. One person. That person being anti-Afro Svengali, because they are for some reason in their minds, they feel like they need to protect themselves against all these people here on YouTube, right? So, instead of just, with somebody with a clear mind and somebody with a healthy mind would just say, you know what, let me just leave this shit alone for now. I'm sick of cussing these motherfuckers out. I'm tired of dealing with these people. I don't have to talk to these people, see these people, know these people or anything. Let me just move on with my life. No, instead of that, they rather gather information on people in attempts to harm them, in attempts to get them to lose their job, in attempts to get in touch with their families, to do all this stuff. That was your intentions from the beginning, according to your own words, Breaking the Culture. Because it's only June, okay? It's only June. Literally, you came into this sector around February or March of 2022. That is when you got introduced to this sector. That is when you came into this sector. So if you have had this woman's information for well over a year, then that is when you started gathering her information, when you came into this sector. So again, how many of you have been in touch with this woman behind the scenes like I have? How many of you have exchanged personal information with this woman like I have? Because if you did, you just might be at risk for your information being exposed to AAS, and God knows what AAS would attempt to do with it. Because she is really like crazy. Something is wrong with Anti. We don't know why she does this kind of stuff, but she does. She looks for people's information so that she can gather information on you to use it against you. Whether she uses it, with law enforcement, whether she tries to, build cases against you over stuff that you're not even doing. And it's not even the point of, actually facing some kind of criminal charges or something like that. It's just the hassle of it all. Who the hell wants to deal with shit like that? Going to court and dealing with the courts and dealing with the police and all this other stuff behind YouTube drama, behind, just talking shit, behind, I don't like you or whatever, or I don't agree with you or whatever. Like, she goes to extreme measures to deal with people. There's a lot of people that have oftentimes brushed that kind of stuff off and say, oh, it ain't that big of a deal. Y'all making a big deal out of what AAS be doing. It ain't that serious. It's very serious if this bitch is contacting your parents. It's very serious if this bitch is contacting your kids. You understand what I'm saying? None of y'all would tolerate that shit. No fucking body is going to tolerate that. And the only reason that she's doing that is not because somebody's actually doing something to her. It is because they disagree with her, Binary, and others who like to stand up for her in these matters, okay? It's because, Binary, when your job was being called, it was because you were not doing something she wanted you to do. That was why. That was not okay. That is not, I've learned my lesson from that. No, no, no. That was not okay. You just happen to have been doing some fuck shit at the time when she was calling your job, okay? But for those of you who are not, right? Who are just simply just talking shit, who are simply just speaking their minds and just saying whatever they feel, that it's not okay for this woman to be contacting their job. That's not okay. I don't know what part of this you motherfuckers don't understand. Okay, it's not. So I think at this point, like I said, it's pretty, it's pretty okay to kind of understand where these people stand, right? And to just let them be where they are. Nobody's telling anybody to turn their back on people, and so forth and so on. But at the end of the day, when, somebody tells you who they are, fucking believe they ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, why go through the whole process of, oh, well, maybe they don't mean this way, or maybe it's not that way, or whatever the case may be. No, it's exactly what you think it is when they're showing you. Let's go back to her community wall real quick, because there was something else that she had said. Oh, and she definitely thought it was a great show that Binary had about the hard ER word. Shout out to that, right? Now, let's go over this last thing that she said last night. And before I go over that, let me make sure that she's not live. I want to make sure that, I'm not, overstepping and just kind of, talking out the side of my neck. Okay. Let's just make sure. Nope, there's still people waiting, but there's it's a no-show. Nothing is going on over there on Breaking the Culture or on this Beauty by Pixies bullshit either. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to her community wall. And you guys, make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate all 55 people that are in the clouds currently. Since there is no receipt show going on, we're going to have the receipt show over here. And it ain't really a receipt show. We're just talking shit. So 22 hours ago, after Ray Trigg's show, right? Breaking the Culture and Anti went on a rampage talking shit on their community walls. Breaking only had dropped one thing, and we haven't heard anything else from her ever since, okay? It's a lot of air blowing, mansplaining, receipt, non-receipts, threats, distractions, and smoke and mirrors. I'm not impressed, but please continue. Motherfuckers did exactly what we said they would. Let's see what these receipts say. Well, what did the receipts say? The receipt said that you doctored up the receipts, that you deleted parts of the messages so that the conversation appeared a certain way. The receipt said that you, according to Shakem, who you gave the receipts to, the receipt said that you recorded Propane. The receipts have also said that you have recorded Nikki and that you have passed on these recordings to other people within the sector. This is what the receipts have said. The receipts also said that you passed on a recording to Binary and told him, when you hear this message, when you hear this, when you hear this evidence, you're going to be shocked. When you hear this evidence, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Hearing evidence means I have to hear something with my ears. That means there's some type of audio or some type of video that I'm going to be watching and listening to at the same time, okay? Or an audio tape or something that I'm going to be listening to if I'm going to hear evidence. If I'm going to see evidence, then I'm going to see a video or I'm going to see something tangible in my face, something on a piece of paper, something written down, an object or something. I'm going to see something. But if I'm going to hear, then that means I'm hearing. And these are the words you said to Binary. Okay, so that would mean you were the one that was recording Propane. Prove us wrong. Prove us wrong, Breaking. Because everybody believes now at this point that you are a fucking liar. Okay. And how are you going to, this is my thing. Like, because I think everybody else in the sector is already on that consensus, right? Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. But I do think that everybody is on a consensus about this. But what I'm the most upset about this is the Shaquem situation. I know y'all know how I really feel about Shaquem, right? That's my little bro. Regardless of what we do, we be arguing, talking shit. A lot of that stuff be kind of fluff for y'all also. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a little bit of entertainment here and there, or whatever. Some of it be real, but it'd be a little entertainment as well. But I'm hurt over that because I know she's trying to take advantage of him. You know what I'm saying? I know that she's trying to get at him a certain way, and use his emotions and different things to do that. And I know that she has lied to him about a lot of stuff. I know that she has lied to him in ways to try to come between me and him too, and try to cause like rifts there, try to cause some dissension there. And I'm just waiting on the universe to just let that, disintegrate itself. But at the end of the day, I'm the most upset that she would put him in this position, right? Like, at least come through for him. You let that boy put himself on a limb for you and tell this goddamn story as if it was real, okay? And he's still hanging on to this, oh, I still got these DJ drama receipts. Let me go over to his, I'll go over there in a second. But he's still hanging on to that, you know what I mean? And, it's just got me, like, really, really perturbed. Just because you know better than to ever do anything like that to this young man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have done him so wrong in so many motherfucking ways from top to fucking bottom since you came into this sector. You've attempted to dox this man. You've attempted to gather information on him. You've attempted to use that information after you got it and give it to the AFWs to use against him personally. You've attempted to lie to him in so many ways to come between his real friendships, people that really actually give a fuck about him, and then pull him into this side of the sector where, pull him kind of into this side of the sector where he's got to like pick between you and the sector, you know what I'm saying? Or pick between you and the truth. Let me say it better like that. You and the actual truth, right? And do it in front of everybody and be humiliated with your lies and with your bullshit. Like, the least you could have done was come through with something, right? Even if it was, you know what, guys, I ain't got shit for y'all, but I apologize. I shouldn't have put Shaquem in that position. I shouldn't have put him, in a space to lie to y'all, right? And tell y'all a bunch of bullshit just because I thought that something was real because I was being a snake behind the scenes, right? And now I have to come out and say, yeah, I was being a snake. I'm not going to tell y'all everything I did, but I can at least say, I was wrong for putting Shaquem in a position to jump out the window for me. I appreciate him doing it because he's truly a friend by doing that. But I'm the one that ain't the friend. I could at least be a friend by admitting that shit. At least you can do that. That's the least you can do. Put up a community post. Hopefully you'll send him a text. Hopefully you'll call him and apologize, right? And tell him, I apologize for this shit. You also need to apologize to Smoke God because he talked about that shit publicly too. Okay, even though he told you to drop the evidence and drop the receipts, he still was trying to at least believe in you, right? At least try to be diplomatic and say, you know what? I'm not going to take nobody's side. I just want to hear your side of this. Let me hear your side. You gave me some stuff that looks credible, and I really do want to hear your side. You could have at least done that for him and his wife while you up, trying to talk to him in the middle of the night on his live stream and tell him some bullshit. You could have at least done that for him and for her. You couldn't even have that kind of energy to go and do that. That's the part that I think is the most disgusting about all of this, right? I think everybody else around this situation and surrounding the situation will recover. You know what I mean? But Shakem's reputation was put on the line. You let that man lie for you. You let that man tell a story for you that you knew wasn't true. You let him put up text messages about you that wasn't true. I would say the same thing about Stargate, but the fact that she thinks that I'm a bitch ass nigger, right? I don't give a fuck what happens to her. I hope the same fate that happens to you happens with her at this point, because it's fucked up how both of you bitches are. But Shakem, I don't feel that way. I definitely feel like, he didn't deserve that shit. He really believes in you. He really thinks that you're innocent in this shit, and that that you were really going to come through this time, and that you weren't going to let him down. But you let him look as dumb as fuck in front of this whole sector, and it was for your bullshit and your lies, and you trying to be in bed with his arch enemies, AAS and Rev G, who are now on the stake, telling us that the rabbit having the gun don't mean shit. Trying to convince us that the rabbit having the gun don't mean shit. That's what they're trying to do. It's sad what we saw today. It's sad what we've been seeing for the past few days. And I just wonder how Binary and them plan on spinning this, Do you plan on going live, Binary? Do you plan on, kind of interviewing Breaking at this point, and having a real conversation with her, not just filibustering and a bunch of gaslighting, right? But actually asking her where these goddamn receipts are that she sent to you. Why can't she explain the receipts that she sent to you, Binary? And she's on Code Fam, right? Why? Is that what you plan on doing at this point? Like, who is going to do this interview of her? Is it going to be you, Shakem? Are you going to bring her up there and ask her the tough questions, the real questions, not the fuck fake shit that she gave you, but the tough questions about why? How did she get that information, right? What reason did Ray give her that information? What was she telling Ray in return for that? What was she giving Ray in return for all of that made all of this come out, and she give it to you as if it's some epic receipt? What was it? That is the ultimate question that you should be asking her at this point when you go to interview her, right? Those are the things we want to know, because obviously this story and this situation is a hellified deeper than she wants us to know. It's clear, right? It's clear that she realizes how deep in hot water her ass is, okay? Once she realized that these epic receipts that she thought she had holding on to try to use against Ray just in case he turns on her for the fuck shit she been doing, once she realized that those receipts weren't worth a dime and weren't worth a flip because the people that were involved were already on the fucking game. Once she realized that, what do you think this bitch did, Shakem? She jumped fucking ship. That's what she did. She's a no-show once a fucking again, Shakem. The same way she's been a no-show for the past year and a half that we've known this bitch. What part of this do you need to help you understand that this is not your friend? She has been lying to you over and over and over and over and over again. And she's going to continue to lie to you until you stop her. Until you put that bitch in her motherfucking place, Shakem. The only reason, and I've been telling you this since you and I had this conversation behind the scenes about Triggs and about her. The only reason that she wants to be any type of friend to you is because she knows what me and you, the hell we was about to unleash on that bitch. That's why. You know that. See, now it's been too much time, right? Now the blow done softened to me. I don't give a fuck anymore, right? I done already unleashed what I want to unleash on her for now, unless something else may come up in the future and then I feel like I need to go and dig down in my purse and reach down up in there for some good hot steel and pull that shit out on that motherfucker. Okay. But for now, I'm good. I'm good. But had you and I went to war with that bitch back then, we would have annihilated that bitch. And you know that. You and I know that. She knows that too. She is ultimately scared of you. She underestimated me. She didn't realize how motherfucking far I would motherfucking go with that bitch. She didn't realize how much fucking info I actually got. Right? She didn't realize that. She underestimated me. But she didn't underestimate you. She knew who she was in bed with from day one, fucking with you. Okay? This is why we had this discussions that we had on those Zoom calls and everything in regards to her fears of her being doxxed by you, her fears of what would happen. Yeah. So that is why she wanted to be your friend. She's not your friend. And I hope it is clear to you now that she's not your friend. I hope that you do something about it. You don't have to do it publicly. That's not your job. That's not your responsibility to teach the sector how you really feel about her. It's not your responsibility to tell the sector that. But it is your responsibility to do something about this. It is your responsibility to mitigate this for yourself. Okay? You don't deserve to be disrespected the way that you have been by her. And that's facts. She has lied to you about a lot of things. She has doctored up a lot of things to make you think certain things about, especially about that, even about the shouting to the void thing and everything. I guarantee when you finally come to me and show me that receipt that she gave you, we'll go public and talk about it. You know, if you want to, we can privately talk about it, don't matter. But when you finally show me that actual receipt that she allegedly showed you, that showed that I was snaking you behind the scenes with the shouting to the void, I guarantee you I will be able to poke holes in that so easily and show you the truth. But I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. But at the end of the day, I hope that you know now. I hope that you see now that this is not your friend. This woman means no good to you at all. She never has. She never will. And she never has to any of us in this sector. Not any one of us. She's not even a friend of Larry Reed. Okay? I've got evidence of that too. She's not even a friend to him. Okay? She's snaked him as well. So hopefully at this point, you know, you'll figure that out. You'll get to that. You'll understand. And you'll do something about it. I don't know. I can't say that you will. But she's a no-show. It's been what? It's 9:45. We can go over there again and make sure she's not live, or, you know, she's not going live or anything. So far, I don't see anything here. Let me go over to her. I think she'd be doing her backup page. Nope. Ain't nothing going on. Ain't nothing going on. She ain't been, it's been an hour and a half, been an hour, 45 minutes. She ain't been live yet, so it don't make no goddamn sense. You said, hydrate. You said, Miss T Pre mods in chat. I appreciate you, Miss Murph, being in the building. You said, hashtag don't tell us that was a troll move. Okay, hashtag don't tell us that was a troll move. Okay, back to the clouds I go. I appreciate you, beautiful. And you said, hey to Miss Murph. What's up, Smoke God? You said, now you see more, T Pre. Smoke out. I told everyone about AAS. You most definitely did. But we knew, because I'm telling you, we were talking about it, Smoke. Still a little sector history. We were talking about that on Shakim's show. Pillsbury got on the panel with us. He gave us all of those emails. And after that video sparked a video from you. And that is when you started showing your emails from AAS. And everyone else slowly but surely started jumping ship. The last person to leave was let me see your transcript. She was the last person to leave AAS. And she tried to hang on as much as she could. And she just couldn't do it anymore. Because this woman was falling out with KKC, it was just so much stuff that was going on. But that was the last person that left. Well, Smoke was one of the first. Smoke was one of the first. I think Smoke was, I mean, besides people, I'll say this, Smoke was one of the Smoke was the first person to publicly out anti-Afro. He was the first person in the sector to publicly do that, and was actively in AFW, was actively working with the AFWs. He was the first person to openly do that with the sector. And that was probably every bit of 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago now. Probably close to that. Probably close to that. But he was the first one to publicly do it. You said, was she active in the sector before the receipt show on CTV's channel? I found the sector through that kerfuffle. No, she was not. She was coming over. So, yeah, she wasn't active in the sector, but she was coming over here. So this is when the sectors were starting to blend, right? Is when Darrell was kind of rolling out the carpet for both sides to tell their side of the story. And it was this one time that he had allowed Daryl Moore and them to say something, and CTV and them had a problem with it. And next thing you know, it was all a whole bunch of shit. And next thing you know, he was breaking the culture over here, causing all this drama. But she was coming over here, like coming to the chats and stuff. She was coming around with Knockout, coming around with CTV. And there was a few of them that were coming around. Some of them still come around, and some don't. But, some still come around. And they be in the clouds most of the time. Every now and then I see some of them drop out the clouds, either in my comment section or in other people's comment sections, but they don't be around that much. But yeah, they were coming around here, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, people over here getting doxxed, and it was just holy hell. It was a bunch of shit. But ever since Breaking the Culture been around here, man, it's been some crazy shit. But if it's her coming out her mouth telling us that she's had eyes information for well over a year, and she's only been here for a little over a year. Like, so that means you've been doxing her since she was one of the people on the list that you were doxing. Speaking of lists, let's name this list that you gave out, and that you're telling. Is that the list of people? I'd like Binary and Shakem, now that Shakem has the list, I'd like Shakem to look over that list, right? And see, who's on that list, Shakem, and compare it to people that AAS don't fuck with. Facts. And that is a fact. You said if information can't be found about you, you go directly to the block list. You said facts. And that's what she does. She'll block you if she can't find you, right? But if she can find you, she won't have you blocked. She said, you said, what do you mean she's a no-show? I'm shocked as fuck. I don't believe it. Okay. I'm still over here waiting for this show to start. It ain't started yet. You said, I bet she does it late at night when she thinks people are sleeping. And you think I won't get up and record that motherfucker? See it. And go over it with the loungers tomorrow? I surely will. I hope she do some dumb shit like that. I really hope she do some actual stupid shit like that, child. Somebody gonna catch that motherfucking shit. He said, Stephanie the Vest Collins. He said, good Saturday evening, Miss T Pre and chat. I appreciate you, Steph. He said, my girl, Miami Glow. He said, shout out to Let Me See Your Transcript for winning the war. 100% fact. She won that war. She won that war with grace, honey. Yes, she did. She got the final and the last laugh in this situation with both of these bitches. With AAS and with her. AAS talking about she stopped. Let me see a transcript. No, bitch. Let me see a transcript. Stopped you. Okay. Now you can't go out here doing all that shit, that rogue shit you've been doing, and just keep going and going and going, because now your actual job is on the line. Okay. Now we can call your peoples. Okay. We can actually put out a lawsuit against you, like really. Like you're really, really in hot water. Okay. Even if you quit your job, you would still be in hot water. Okay. Like for real at this point. So, yeah, you got a problem, man. You have a major problem. But shout out to her. She most definitely won that war. You said, when is Shakem supposed to be going live with the drama receipts? Yeah, I heard it's supposed to be Tuesday. Let me look at his community wall real quick, because I did want to go over that too. It was something he said on the community wall. And he's what I did notice too is that he's got a lot of live streams scheduled that are talking about other things. You know what I mean? That are talking about like Jag and Young Dolph and Tory Lanez and stuff like that, which is hot topic. So I think that's pretty cool. 5 hours ago, he said Watergate got Tiggs losing his voice. Yikes. And then he said, hold on, let me go down because it was something else he said. Oh, he said receipts on DJ drama drop next week, Watergate. And that was yesterday. So I'm assuming he put that up before Ray Triggs live. Okay. And now that Triggs has been live and has actually dropped these receipts, Shakim hasn't really been saying anything other than Watergate has got Tiggs losing his voice. Other than that, yeah, he's not saying anything, that would be like, oh, we got you or we got him or anything. He's not saying anything like that. Let's take a look at Rev G because he was saying some stuff earlier. I think I went over his though. Let me just verify. Oh yeah, he was at Pride all day. Yeah, he was at Pride all day. All day. Okay, so he says, wait, a male who calls other men vaginas is crying about women, ones that he has came after, saying that he has little penis energy and telling him what he can do with it. It is that passive aggressive behavior again. Don't cry about making a complaint, just do it. Okay, so that's what people are just going to do. And then he said, as I have always stated, if you feel as though you have complaints against me, it is your right to report those complaints, make them known. I'm going to give him a like on that. You are 100% true and correct. That's the 5th like you got on that. And so I'm going to go ahead and give you that. And because you're absolutely right. If we feel like we have complaints against you, harassing us for months and months and months over and over, because all this stuff that y'all complain about, you and AAS and Breaking the Culture and Stargate and all the stuff that y'all complain about is shit that y'all actually do. Like, y'all be the ones harassing and stalking people and stalking people's families and looking up people's information and trying to use it to harm them and all this other stuff. We need protection against y'all. Like, this is what we need to be doing, is protecting ourselves against y'all niggas, because y'all niggas is crazy. Like, it don't make no goddamn sense what we be going through with y'all motherfuckers. Alpha Wolf says AAS and Rev G are right. The only reason they have this perceived power is because it's given to them. If people would just quit responding and saying their names, their influence would evaporate, which is what we would all absolutely love to believe, Alpha Wolf, right? Until you actually deal with them, you have no idea what that is like, right? And I'm pretty sure you're a person that's been around here for quite some time. So let me just talk to you for a second, because you usually would come in under a different name, or come in under, you change your name and then nobody knows who you are. And so therefore you kind of like, get past and bypass, being scathed or being touched by these people. Whereas there's people like myself that are just ourselves. We can come out here, we can speak on panels, we can be ourselves, we can be that person every day, and we can comfortably be that person. And even if we're doing other content, if we're not talking about them, if we're not dealing with them, they will find a way to pull you into a beef, to pull you into some drama by literally creating problems and then bringing your family into it, trying to record you, trying to post something, trying to add something, sending out emails about you, calling your job. Like, these are things that happen because you're not talking about them and because you're not dealing with them. Like, people like myself, people like Let Me See Your Transcript, like D. Darrell, like, we know this stuff. So I appreciate what you're saying, but no, that is not what happens with AAS and with Rev G. When we're dealing with them, it is because we're actually dealing with stuff that they do to us all the time, just simply because we have disagreed with them in somebody's chat room somewhere at some point, okay? Whether it was 3 years ago, whether it was 5 years ago, whether it was 2 years ago, whether it was yesterday. This is the stuff that they do. It sounds very unbelievable. Absolutely, it does. until you actually deal with it. Okay. So again, it's great to want to give advice and want to say things because it's perceived that way. As you said, perceived, right? It's also perceived by someone a certain way if they've never experienced it. Okay. So if you haven't experienced something, and if there's a million people that are saying they have experienced it, perhaps you should just sit back and not even speak on it if you're not sure why these million people are saying they are going through the same things with these two people. It is obviously a problem with these two people, even if you like them, even if you are them. Okay. Now, moving on. Beautiful. You said Vici. Thank you. You said, I don't think this is the first time someone in the sector has done this to him, but that's just me humming to myself. I know, but you know how I feel about it. You said, Smoke said, nah, I ain't falling for that. Damn shame, Shakim. Damn shame. It really is. You said, RT already said he feels Shakim is the sector lick. It's wrong to do that, but Shay falls for the okie doke every time. Yeah, and it's fucked up. It really is. You said, Miss Murph, wait a minute. So you come for the church from the church sector? Um, I don't know if Miss Murph came from the church sector. I think she started, that's how she was introduced to breaking the culture. But you come from around the church sector. Shout out to you. You're one of the rare ones that come out and actually support and hang out with us and talk to us and stuff like that and be in the chats and everything. They're one of the rare ones that do. What's up, Stefan? I appreciate you being in the building. You got your Ahmad stick back. He said, hey, T Pre and loungers. You said, which two are you talking about? Oh, I don't know which one you're talking about. You said, what receipt did she say she'd show? She was supposed to be showing all the receipts. She's supposed to be dropping all this hot tea about how Ray is Watergating people and how he is doing all this stuff behind the scenes, how he's recording all these people in the sector, how he is like talking about all these people in the sector. She was supposed to put all that out. She's the one that's been hyping the sector up, telling us about all this stuff, about all these recordings that Ray Triggs has, how he's been like backdooring people in the sector, how he's been like just doing all this fuck shit to people. He's been talking about different people that he claims are his friends. Like she was the one that's supposed to show us all these receipts, and she still ain't live. This bitch still ain't live. You said I am human first. No, I'm not from any sector. I stumbled across CTV when he had the epic Christmas 2021 live and started watching a few of his lives. I found Knockout and Daryl Moore through CTV too. Right. You said buyer beware, hashtag buyer beware your receipts. Okay. Smoke God said, you've been saying some key things. Yeah. I think you have too, for sure. You said, I'll give you some clues later in my next live. Okay. I'll be watching as you know it. Speakeasy said, good guys told y'all from the rip when most rocking with her heavy. Don't rewrite history now, Smoke. AAS was your boo thing. You say, yeah, you don't say, child. You said, T, Redbone, and crew, my honey bunnies. Hey, sweethearts. Appreciate everybody that's in the building. You said, speak. You said, my opinion. I appreciate the super chat, Stephen. You said, TP, the Dragon Queen. That's what's happening. You said, hey, damn, my opinion. You said, hey, Miss Murph. You said, damn, my opinion. You said, beautiful. You said, wait, that nigga been at the pause parade all day. What the fuck? Pause. Child, yes. You said, speak. You said, damn, put the gun down, T-Pre. Okay, I'm going to put the guns down. You said, they're going to get somebody killed playing with police. Okay? I'm just saying, what's up, Surviving Life Hurdles? Appreciate you. You said, breaking the condom's face looked like the scream mask. Child, you better stop talking about that long face, ho. Hashtag long face. Let's do that. Hashtag long face. Long face ho. Hashtag long face ho. Oh shit. Listen, guys, we about to get out of here because she ain't live. And so far I don't see nothing happening. So what we'll do is, we're gonna kind of watch and see. I'm chilling for the night. I'm gonna be hanging with my friend a little later on. But I'm chilling for the night. So I'm going to look and see if she decides to go live or not, you know. And if she does, then I may go live again, or I might just record it, you know what I mean, and then go over it at another time. Okay. But I do appreciate all of you for being in the building. Make sure that y'all do hit the like button, child. But yeah, we didn't get no receipts. The only thing I can think of is, she needs to apologize to Shakim at this point and apologize to Smoke as well. But of course, a haughty bitch ain't gonna ever do no shit like that. You said to speak easy too. Don't do me like that. Listen, guys, I appreciate y'all, and I will talk to y'all as soon as we get some receipts or something. I will definitely be putting that up for everybody. All right. Appreciate y'all. Talk to y'all later. Peace, guys. Y'all have a great night.